Usually we're more on the ball in that, like, because we like doing podcasts and stuff. But I know shit happens.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is the co-founder of fucking Party Slam right here. I mean, this is a long time coming. Like, I didn't think that they were even going to reply to me. I was thinking they're just going to be like, fuck this guy. We have no idea who this is.
Ah, fuck it, man.
Um,
We're not we're not like that. Next will probably reply unless it's some fucking absolute nonsense. We get sent some shit. So, but no, I try to talk to everybody, like coming on everything. It's just fun. It's fun to do stuff for people.
yeah, we had Cranium on. We had fucking like we had some heavy fucking duty in like the slam community on, and I was like, there's no way this just happened. Like
Who'd you get on? Did you get Matt's?
we had Mikkel and Jack. Jack was
Oh,
only
I know those guys.
Jack was
They're cool.
only on for a few minutes, but the brief couple like 30, 40 minutes that he was on, like he just cracked jokes the whole time, and like that's what I like about our podcast. Like not everything about it is serious.
Don't man.
So I was like, do you guys consider ingested real slam? And Jack was like, no.
Ingested don't consider ingested real slam.
Huh?
Ingested don't consider ingested real slam.
that's the thing. And then he gave like a whole explanation for it. Like he was like, if I went to the library and I'm looking for a nonfiction book and they took me to the fiction section, that's ingested. And I'm like, what?
What the fuck? That is ridiculous. I know what the guys ingested wouldn't even disagree with. Like, they don't give a fuck. I would just continue touring the cryptops in that case.
So I don't know if you follow up on Volva Dinia or not.
Oh yeah, they're my guys. Like
I love them guys. So Bob the Butcher is still not back home. I just wanted to give everybody an update. He's still not home yet. He's out doing hood rat shit.
That is fucking incredible, man. Like
the marketing for this, the
yeah,
marketing is great.
Yeah, I'm so in for it. It's Duncan, man. He just comes up with ideas and just goes through it, and he's all fucking land. The fact he has like 1 million pages all talking to each other, pretending to like, oh fuck, where's Bo? And people just enter.
It's amazing. Like
dedication.
I've never seen so much effort put into something. Like I'm not gonna say releasing an album is small, but like in the past 10 years, when's the last time you've seen something relatively cool for marketing?
Totally, man. Totally, it's difficult.
Like I'm 18 years old and I'm saying this shit. Like I've never seen something
already, man.
so cool in my life for marketing.
Smart move, man. It's good.
I saw somebody got a party cannon tattoo today on your Facebook page.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like I just got tagged in that yesterday. Like, what the fuck? I had no idea what's happening. You're probably like the 5th or 6th person to do it, and every time I see it, I'm like, that's awesome and stuff. Like, fuck, man, that's such a commitment. What one of us would kill somebody? Then that's on your body forever. Like,
he goes to prison with that thing. People are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what is this?"
Yeah, it's awesome though. Like, the sport's amazing. It's cool when people do that. Like, it's like a fun logo as well. But I don't know, I always think getting band logos is kind of risky move.
Yeah.
I know I went to school with a girl in high school who got a Lost Prophets tattoo, and then their singer, I think you probably know the story about that guy. She's fucking stuck with that.
I don't even know who Lost Prophets is.
Oh man,
but
Google that after this interview, but you'll be like, holy shit, I don't want that tattoo in my body.
Like I was gonna sit here and be like, I don't know who Lost Prophets is because listen, there are cover bands named Lost Prophets in the United States, and they don't normally end up going far. So when I hear the name Lost Prophets, I'm just like, oh, great. Like, this is just another cover band. Because in the U.S., people are like, you know what? I'm starting a band. We're going to cover Motley Crue songs with deathcore vocals. And we're going to call ourselves Pool of Fear. And
this is fucking terrible.
That's just,
who wants that? Like who is that aimed at?
Welcome to the United States, I guess. That's pretty. That describes the U.S. in an entirety.
Man.
Do you guys have a U.S. tour like coming at all? Have you guys played any shows in the U.S. or anything at all?
We've done 2 tours in the U.S. so far. First in 2015 with Cardiac Me and Parasitic Ejaculation. Then we did a tour in 2017 with Preputation and Parasite again. But we're working on something next year, which is going to be really good. It's been booked at the moment. It's a bit of a weird lineup for us because we're like tech death bands. So we're gonna like stand out. It's gonna be an amazing tour. It's really cool bands. I can't tell you who it is yet, but we're definitely gonna stand out when we start playing. Like, oh man, these guys are gonna like have loads of shred parts and they're gonna like swoop pick and stuff. Like, nope.
That's fucking amazing, guys. Party Cannon
yeah, it'd be awesome.
Touring with tech death bands. We don't know who they are. I may have an idea, but I'm not gonna say those ideas because I don't want to get them right and then get Chris in trouble.
Totally, man. That's appreciated. No, we'll be good. We're good. So we'll be back next year. Again, finally. We were meant to go last year and this year, but you know, COVID.
Yeah, COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me. I've never loved staying in my house more.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, I mean, I like going to, like, I'm a hardcore kid. You know, I like deathcore. Slam is one of them. Death metal. Stuff like that. But one genre that I mean, I'm cool with, like, the older stuff is I've told other people. Metalcore for me now just straight sucks. Like, it's just straight shit.
I've not really kept up with it, man. When I was like younger, again, my teenage years, I like metalcore, like bands like Arc Crisis and things like that. I really like Hatebreed, that kind of metalcore.
I love.
When I first got into metal, I really like bands like Trivium and Killswitch Engage and things like that. But it's not really for me anymore. I don't really know what it sounds like in a moment. It's not really something I've kept up with.
I mean, like I said, growing up like a hardcore kid and stuff, you know, my school was segregated. When's the last time you heard the word fucking segregated? Like, I'm saying this like the 60s type shit. Like,
man.
Like, emos and metalcore kids were not allowed to fucking talk to anybody that was a death metal kid, hardcore kid, deathcore kid, or nothing. They were just split.
Man. I was the only death metal kid in my school.
Really?
I had friends who were into metal, but they liked like Black Dahlia Murder and like Unearthed and stuff. I was the only one who was like, listen to like fucking Dying Fetus and Discords and stuff. So,
dude, Dying Fetus is the shit though. I fucking love Dying Fetus.
You're literally the only guy in the school that listened to that kind of stuff. So like I talk about the other goth kids and like, oh, you're a bit weird. It's like, sorry.
Dying Fetus is awesome. Like, listen, they come to Pittsburgh, right? Which is where my local scene is. I don't know if you've heard about us. You probably have. You may or may not have. I have no idea. But from what people say,
good.
We're fucking nuts, dude. I don't know if you've ever...
That whole area of the U.S. is nuts.
So, listen, Dying Fetus comes through Pittsburgh, right? And the promotion team doesn't fucking promote it. They're just like, hey, it's the night of Dying Fetus, right? They were supposed to come for like a month. Dying Fetus doesn't have anything up about a tour or nothing. Pittsburgh's just like, yeah, bro, Dying Fetus is at this place in Pittsburgh if you guys want to... You guys want to come hang out. And I'm like... I do not have the money for this. Like, this is, like, short notice. And plus, the show starts in 10 minutes, and Pittsburgh's 45 minutes away.
First time I saw Dying Fetus, I was, like, 16. It must have been, like, 2006 or 7. They played Glasgow. It was a 300-cap venue, and he played to 14 people.
He played for 14 people?
Yeah, Dying Fetus played to 14 people in Glasgow in, like, 2006. That was the first time I saw him. It was a really weird lineup as well. I was like metalcore bands and like kind of like metal death bands supporting them. There was like 6 bands on the tour. So by the time Dying Fetus went on, it was like pretty late, and there's 14 people left. It was fucking mad. But it's mental, right? If you see Dying Fetus now in Glasgow, it'll be sold out each time. It'll be like at least 300 people.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So like we have a band from Pittsburgh called Enemy Mind. You may have not.
Oh yeah, I've heard those guys.
Yeah. So they started out in a fucking venue like the size of my room, and now they're playing like festivals, like sold out. Well, not like big festivals like Hardcore Fest and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're not playing like Blue Ridge Rock Fest or anything like that, which, you know, that's fair. I mean, but they're playing like sold out festivals now, and it's crazy to see that Code Orange as well, for how small they were, a couple years ago, to touring with fucking Slipknot.
Yeah, totally, man. That's pretty mad. Same with, like, Knocked Loose and bands like that, and they just kind of went huge.
Yeah, I know. And then, like, my big worry is when bands tend to get... This is what I noticed. Like, this is just my personal opinion. I hope people don't take offense to this. But when bands go mainstream, they tend to tone down each time.
Oh, yeah. No, totally, man. That's something I've definitely noticed in bands. Especially, like, death metal bands as well. Like, you'll still, like, first albums will be so, like, super raw, like, mega aggressive. They'll get, like, the third album and sound like Anti-Gates or something. But fucking people do it. There's a good band from the UK who kind of really took off recently, and they kind of been consistent as well. A band called Venom Prison from South UK. They're fucking huge now. It's insane. When we first played with them, they went on before us. Now they tour Trivium. What the fuck happened? What the fuck, man? I'm still fucking playing like it. I'm still managing the band myself.
COVID was probably the worst thing, but the best thing for music, if you think about it. Like, yeah, people weren't playing shows, but now you got these smaller bands expanding. You know what I mean? Like, I grew up on old Suicide Silence, okay? So when I hear what the fuck they're putting out now, I'm ready to fucking gag myself and just end my life. Like, that is... Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I hear it, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, like, it sounds like Deftones now or something, right?
Dude, it's shit horny old people fuck to now. Like, I remember when you used to mosh to it in your fucking room.
Yeah, man. Man, I saw Suicide Silence when I was, like, fucking 15, back when Mitch Luker was still alive, to support Behemoth. And, like...
That's
a
weird
250
fucking...
cap venue in Glasgow, man. That was it was mad. It was when their first album just came out.
That's a fucking weird tour, man. But he
was, man. There's like a black metal band opening called Devilish Impressions, like a proper black metal band, like fucking like Corpse Paint and stuff. Then it was Suicide Silence, then Behemoth, and so that was when Behemoth were more like a death metal band. So I kind of see it, but weird tour, amazing gig though.
We had a weird tour over in the U.S. too. It was Behemoth. Now I don't know if you know who these guys are. And The Devil Wears Prada. Okay.
Oh yeah. Fuck, that is a weird one, man. Devil Wears Prada.
Like from what I heard from a source. Now I don't know. Don't take this with a grain of salt. There could be a video out there. I have no clue. So Behemoth fucking came out. Like I said, they were opening, and they ripped the Bible in half.
Yeah. I can see it.
And I don't know how The Devil Wears Prada felt about that. Like, I kind of just think they were, like, shivering in their fucking pants. Like, what did we sign up for? Like,
I can't believe that happened, though, man. Like, I can't believe Behemoth opened for The Devil Wears Prada on a tour.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? That is mental.
Dude, the U.S. is a wild place.
Fucking sounds like it.
The U.S. is a wild place, man. That's about as deep as I'm going to get into it.
Sorry, man. I've been to the US a lot. Got a lot of friends in the US. I know, man. I guess.
I mean, Texas is just their own country at this point.
First time I went to Texas, I was on tour. This guy just invited us to his farm and just gave us loads of guns. Like, I'm from the UK. I've never seen a fucking gun. Like, here you go. Here's a shotgun. Just shoot some stuff. I was like, okay. Fine. The guy just owned this gigantic farm. Like, just shoot my barn to bits. Like, cool. Just riding about on his quad bike, firing his gun in the air. I was like, this is surreal. Well, that's probably the most Texas thing ever to happen.
Well, that's like, listen. So, I was watching this comedy bit, and you know how the U.S. did, like, the moon landing or whatever?
Yeah, man.
And, I mean, it's, like, the coolest thing in history. But this guy was like, it would be the most American thing if we faked it all. Like, we were just like, ha! Been pranking you fuckers for over 50 years.
Didn't see that coming. Yeah, man. Reveal on a fucking TV show.
So UK is pretty big for, well, Europe in general is pretty big for slam bands, from what I've noticed.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I'd say so.
You guys have got Epicardectomy. You guys have got fucking Cranium, Party Cannon. Trying to think of a couple other ones. I can't think of them. I was gonna say Visceral Discords, but I think they're like from Oklahoma.
Yeah, they're an American band, man.
Yeah, I was trying to think of them too, but I don't know. I don't understand. Like, every time I hear a slam band, I'm like, these guys are from Europe.
Yeah, totally, man. It's usually like East part, like, oh, yeah, this band's definitely Ukrainian or something.
And then
Come
like,
on, Russian sound.
and then you find out that they're from the United States, and you're like, "There's no way." Like,
Yeah, totally, man. That's where it kind of starts, man. Because you got like Environment and bands like that, fucking Internal Bleeding.
oh, they're touring with Deicide in the U.S.
Fucking insane tour, man. My mate Mike's actually playing drums for Internal Bleeding on that tour. That's gonna be amazing.
Like, I wanna see that. Like, for being as young as I am, like, I'm cultured on this shit. Like, I don't like to like toot my own horn, but like, I grew up with a mom that was a metalhead, so like,
Oh, that's pretty cool, man.
she listened to like Motley Crue. She'd go from Motley Crue to fucking Meshuggah. Like, it was just insane.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. My parents listened to fucking Sabbath, but that's about it, really. Eric Clapton. Which is cool. I like that stuff. That's awesome, but Dad would never put Slayer on. He was like, oh, let's Blossom Angel of Death, friend. No, it's fine.
But that's cool though. Like, I like the old stuff. Like, I'll sit down with my grandfather, you know, and he'll just be listening to like Elvis, just like old shit, and I'm like, hell yeah! Like, I vibe to anything unless it's country music, and unless it's like mumble rap or whatever it's called. Like, I'll vibe with anything. Like, I can't stand country because it's all the same. My dog died. My truck broke down. Just basic shit.
Yeah. Country's not like a big thing in the UK, man. So I've never really been exposed to it much. I've never
just stay away
go to
from
South
it.
America.
I'm not even gonna sit here and tell you which ones to listen to because I have no fucking clue. Yeah.
Oh man, I know it's like a big thing in South America. Like, you see on like billboards and stuff, and like fucking gigantic tours and things. But yeah, in UK, country's not really a big thing. It's more like, you know, like indie rock and fucking rap music and grime. So yeah, it's like a big thing in UK. Just like dance music in general, which is cool. I like that stuff.
I like your
country's
guys'
not like
drill music a lot. Your guys' drill music is fucking. What is it called?
It's good, man.
Is it called grime? I think it's called grime. Yeah, that shit's. I'm like, what is happening right now? I'm like, what is.
It's so real though, man. Like, it's actual like London gangster stuff. So
yeah, and then you got the guys over here that fake it, and then you got the ones over in the UK that are like, you know what? I'm an actual fucking gangster, and I'm gonna start rapping. Let's do this shit. And I'm just like, what is going on right now? Wasn't drill music illegal for a long time?
It's getting banned on like certain platforms and stuff because I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff like fighting police and things like that, and I just think that I don't agree it should have been banned, but there's a lot of stuff kind of censored. Just kind of shit.
Yeah,
but it's life. It's real life. Like, you fucking say about.
Yeah, like you guys over here, we've had a lot of issues go on. You've probably heard from your friends. You've probably seen on the news. Or you've probably read somewhere on Twitter. We've had a lot of problems over here. And it's like rap music over here is just getting fucking, yeah. Like, it's going to start wars. Probably, yeah. And it doesn't help that fucking Texas just signed 7 bills the other day. Basically saying, oh, you don't need a permit or anything to carry a firearm now. You can just go and buy one and carry it. And I'm just like, yep, that's Texas.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Like, I understand what people in the US have guns and stuff. As your guy's right to have guns, but that to me, that's like insane. Like, there's no way in Scotland you could just go buy a gun. Like, and just like without any. You could buy a gun if you have like a license and a permit. If you prove you're not like dangerous or anything like that. And you use it for certain things, but there's no way you can just walk in and buy like a fucking rifle or something, like a handgun. And just like walk out and say, yeah, cheers, man.
In the United States, they're like, you're 18 years old now. You can operate an assault rifle.
That's mad. That's
At 21 years old, you can carry a concealable weapon. Like, okay, bro. I can't smoke cigarettes or drink, but if I want to buy something that can, you know.
You can buy a gun. Oh, well, at least it means if you buy a gun, you're not going to go buy like a beer straight afterwards as well. Or buy a beer and go get. Maybe you will, but maybe there's some kind of logic there. I don't know.
Dude, that's the most American thing ever, and I'm sure it happens all the time. I'm gonna go drink a Busch Light, and then I'm gonna go to the gun store. That's what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do today. That's what's
I had a
happening.
mate. He had a mate who lived in Illinois back in the day. He said like the gun laws were like really really lax, and he said he had like $400 to like burn one day. So he just went in and bought like an AK-47 or something, and just walked out with it on his shoulder. Like, hey guys, fuck, that's mental. That's insane. That's like,
Fun fact from the chat: a lot of states, it is perfectly legal to drink in a bar while carrying a handgun.
that's fucking mad.
If that's not
That's
American, I don't know what is. Like, I don't understand.
Oh man, fucking. Do you know the band Waking Exeter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went on tour with them, and their bass player was telling me the story of his other band. He turned up at this venue. There's like a bar, and these people were having this argument. So the guy just pulled out his gun and shot it from the roof a bunch of times. And just like, what the fuck? They just put it back in. They just sat down and had a beer and stuff. And nobody seemed to give a fuck. And it was just like, okay.
Hardcore
like,
shows get crazy, but I don't think they're gonna get that crazy anytime soon.
yeah. He wasn't even a guy going to the gig. He's just a guy having a drink but going to an argument with someone. So he just shot from the roof. It's like, fuck this. And just sat down and kept serving him. What the fuck? That's insane.
The shit that you hear about from over here is just fucking crazy. Like, our hardcore scene is, like, especially New York through Philadelphia, New York through Pennsylvania in general is a culture that most people don't understand. Like, when I sit down and I explain to them, like, yes, we fucking kick and everything, they're like, why do you do that? And we're like, because it unleashes anger.
Totally. Like, end of the day, music, you can express yourself to music any way you want. Who's to say that you can't spin kick? You can't fucking do this? You can't fucking Macarena if you want to? You get a lot of people who aren't like involved in the scene that fucking complain about it. It's like, it's not your problem.
Like, you know,
why'd you care?
I see a lot of, like, I don't judge people for their music choices or like their scene that they're in or nothing. But I had one of my good buddies, you know, he listens to metalcore and stuff, and he goes to their shows, and he's like, I don't understand your guys' moshing, like we just push each other. And I'm like, it's a little different. Ours started out as a culture, rather than just one day we were like, oh, metal exists, and we just started pushing each other. There's more deep into it. Like, we stand out. And he was like, well, what's the culture behind it? I'm like, I don't know what kind of fucking dance I'm doing. I just know that in the 80s, Agnostic Front played, and people started throwing fucking kicks. That's all I know. I'm just...
Fuck it, man. Gigs and indie metal comes with punk as well, so it's like...
Oh, I love punk music. I love punk music. Especially old shit. Old punk music. Yeah, that shit's...
Yeah, man. That's what like led to like Agnostic Front and stuff. So that's why I kind of...
My mom saw them in New York, like in CBGB's. Like, it's like a popular venue in New York.
Oh, holy shit. That would have been amazing. CBG's is like legendary.
Ticket stack this high. Still has them.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was in the hardcore punk scene. I mean, she listened to like Motley Crue and shit like that, which is like what you fucking did back then. You did coke and you listened to Motley Crue. It was the fucking 80s. Like, what?
Okay.
Sounds like a great time in my book. I mean, shit.
Okay. Mom sounds cool. Sounds a lot of fun.
She's 51 years old now. She's a little, she's a little worn down. But I remember I went to my first concert, right? And she was like, look, if you come home with an injury, you did it right. I was like,
cool, yeah. Not wrong.
One thing I've noticed, like, your guys' pits over in the UK and just Europe in general are a little different than ours. So when I saw, I think it was an old set from Epicardectomy, and the guy was like, circle pit, and they were just walking around in a circle. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's a pretty European thing, man. People just walking in a circle, pretending to be an elephant or something. It's so much fun, though, man. Like, it's so stupid. Like, it's just so over the top. It's like slam and breakdowns are just mind-numbing music in the best way. So you just need to act like a fucking idiot when it happens.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Great. Everyone's just getting on board.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I just when I hear circle pit, I think of people like running in a circle, then running at each other, running in a circle, running at each other. That's what I think of it as a circle pit. But then I'm like, okay, slam is a little bit instrumentally slower, so maybe let's not run. Like, as I started watching it, I started understanding. Because I'm like, okay, now I see why they're doing it. Slam isn't as fast paced as most people think it is. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but like, I was like, why the fuck aren't these dudes running? Like he said, circle pit. And then they started walking, and I'm like, oh, they're going to the waves of the music rather than just, all right, we're killing each other, let's go. Like, wall of death right now.
But man, it just made me dumb. Just be dumb. Just enjoy being dumb.
Oh, yeah, like beatdown shows here. Yeah. People actually, like, we have shows where people literally fight each other. It's like a whole standout genre. It's called beatdown. Like, you go and you're just prepared to fight. I'm like,
that's what's like in the UK as well, man. Like, the beatdown gigs are fucking pretty mad. I know people like lost teeth and stuff. Fucking black eyes and shit. I played a gig in Massachusetts with a bunch of beatdown bands, and fucking dysentery went on, and a guy got knocked out within like the first song, so he said like stop playing. Pretty fucking mad.
One thing I would not want to get into a beatdown pit with is an Irish guy. I don't think that would go very well. He's probably drunk off proper 12 and watches Conor McGregor, so this motherfucker knows what he's doing. Like,
that's where my family's from originally.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. That's where I'm from originally. I live in Scotland now, obviously.
I'm Italian descent.
Yeah, on the East Coast, there's a lot of Irish and Italian people, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm Sicilian. Okay, I'm gonna be real. I'm Sicilian, but I hate to tell people this. There is literally no difference. Like, Sicily and Italy are the same place. Like, it really is if you sit and you think about it. But I'm Sicilian. People get mad when I'm like, oh, you're either Italian or Sicilian, or you're Greek or something. I'm like, I'm definitely not Greek. Like, there's no problem with Greek people. It's just, I don't look Greek.
Don't, man. I don't think I look Irish, but fucking... Is that how it goes?
Like, in the U.S., if you didn't have... Now, I like to pick on people a little bit, so I hope you got thick skin.
Good, man.
Now, in the U.S., if you didn't have the Scottish accent, you would look like a dude named Chad.
Yeah.
I'm not even...
People told me that. People in the US don't think I'm fucking European. In fact, like, on our first tour, I remember showing this motel my driver's license. He's like, why do you have a European driver's license? I was like, because I'm from there. I was like, how long have you lived in the US? How long have you lose your accent? I was like, I've been here 2 days. So I think he was assuming people from Europe are like Italian, or like really suave, or like French or something, have like kind of a nice accent. I was like, sorry to break it to you, but I've got news. This is what European people sound like. They exist. This is what we're fucking like. You gotta accept it.
It's like, I love doing the podcast because I get to interview people from all over the place. For the people that want to do it. And it's awesome to see how different metal is in certain places versus just the U.S. Like, if I were to interview somebody from Texas, they'd be like, we shoot people in our mosh pits. Like,
alright, man. Like, I know we're doing Texas shit, but the Texas people I know are the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
See when they say about Southern hospitality? That is true. Like, they take care of you out there. They're all insane, but in the best way. It's like so much fun. They know how to have a good time, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got aunts and uncles that live down that way. I don't really
fucking great, man.
I don't really speak to them no more, because if you've been to Texas, you know how Texas can be, or the South in general can be. So it's kind of like, you know, I love them to death, but they're just not for me. Like, they're absolutely fucking insane.
Well, people think that about Scotland as well, especially people in England and stuff. Like, they're like, Scotland just seems mental all the time. Because if you go online, every video you find of Scotland, just people hammered doing weird shit.
Dude, I love that. Like, that's a vibe. I can drink in Scotland, can I?
Yeah, you need to be 18 to get a pint. you can be 16, I think, and order alcohol with food. That's most European countries. But in Scotland, yeah, you can drink at 18. You can get married when you're 16, I think.
Yo, my moderator, I'm getting up and I'm moving to Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland's great, man. You should fucking visit.
I don't think they'll let me. I'm a U.S. citizen. They'd be like, fuck this guy.
Nah, it's fine, man. It'll be fine. Like, Scotland's like probably one of the most accepting places I've ever been in my life. I didn't really appreciate that until I went like around the world and tour and stuff. But yeah, everyone knows what moves to Scotland. Like, you can get a job and stuff. People are nice to you if you're from America, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's a pretty easy place to live, to be honest.
It sounds like it. The thing I like about you guys, how was I trying to word this? Is I don't want to get too deep into it, but I like the way that your government is ran.
Yeah,
I fuck with that because I don't know if you've seen the shit that's happened over this way, but the way that your guys' government is ran, and I'm gonna get mad shit for this, and I do not give a fuck. Okay, people think we're scripted. People think we're scripted. I'm like, we're not scripted, but I mean, whatever gives you a boner at night, I guess. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But I like the way your government is ran. If I'm correct, now I don't know for sure, isn't education free, healthcare free?
Yes, it's tax funded, which some people disagree with, but I'm on board with. Like,
I'm on board with that.
Yeah, like in Scotland, when you pay taxes, you see some kind of result from it. So my roads get fixed. I got like a university. Like everyone I know has a university degree. Like the healthcare system's pretty decent in most places in Scotland. Obviously, there's pros and cons to everything, but I feel in Scotland when you pay your tax, you kind of get something back. Like school's all free, like you said. If you're unemployed, you'll get benefits. If you're disabled, you'll get benefits and things like that. But on the flip side, you could start a business and get really rich as well.
Yeah, so, and it's like
it's kind of
people think that the U.S. is like the best place ever. Now there are some things that are cool, you know, like we have a constitution and everything, which is awesome. But like you sit down and you really look at it, this shit was written 300 almost 400 fucking years ago. Okay, obviously things are gonna get watered down. And people don't understand that. Like, according to the Second Amendment, I should be able to own a fucking tank.
That's pretty bad, man. I don't live in the U.S., so I can't really comment on it, to be honest. But, like every country, things kind of need to update, probably. I think, like, if I lived in the U.S., I'd probably, like, own guns and stuff as well, just because everyone else does. But in the U.K., I don't really feel I need one. Yeah. So it's kind of balances out.
Don't you guys just, like, actually, like, fight each other? Like, if you guys have beef, like, don't you just square up? Like, I'm sorry. This is me watching fucking YouTube. Like, I'm not.
You're not. You're more likely to get like a fist fight than a gunfight in Scotland. To be honest,
I fuck with that though. That's the thing. Like, I'd rather.
Yeah, I think that's a bit better as well. To be honest.
Yeah, because like, think about it. Like, you're gonna go fist fight this dude at the bar, and he just pulls out a gun and fucking shoots your ass. Welcome to the United States. But you go to Scotland, and they're like, hey, we got a problem. We're fighting. All right, let's go. Like,
that kind of makes me glad we don't have guns though, because fucking can't imagine Scottish fuel guns, man. That'd be bad. That'd be a different place. That'd be a different conversation.
And I'm pretty sure the drinking age wouldn't be 18 if that was.
Man. But on the flip side, though, I mean, people say Scotland's a knife problem, which it probably does to some extent, but I know lots of people have been in fistfights. I don't know a single person has been stabbed. So,
I mean,
say what you will about that.
I mean, like I said, I like exploring different cultures because, well, I said that in the most wrong context ever, and I apologize. But I like hearing different sides from people that are in different countries because it's like, it's fucking cool. Like, at the age of 18, I can do more in Scotland than I can here.
Yeah, so how old do you need to be to like buy a house and stuff in America?
You can be 18 to buy a house.
Yeah, it's kind of always like here.
Buy a house at 18. You can get a gun at 18. I can't drink or have cigarettes until I'm 21, but I can go join the military if I want to.
Yeah, that's been mad. That's mad. I think. I mean, I guess Scotland's kind of the same. You can join the military at 16, but you can't drink till you're 18. So it's kind of the same, but a few years back.
You could join the military at 16.
Yeah, I think so. I need to double check that. I think you can go to military school and stuff when you're 16, but I don't really know the full ins and outs, to be honest. But I know once you're 18, you can do anything.
Yeah, and that's fucking sweet compared to over here where I gotta wait 3 more years to like even do anything. Like I can't get married until I'm 18 over here.
That's pretty much. I mean, you get married when you're 16 here, but I don't know why you'd want to get married when you're 16. To be honest.
Well, I don't know why you'd want to get married at all. Like, let's be
Yeah,
honest. Yeah, let me just get married and give somebody half my income, and when they decide they don't want me anymore, they just take half my fucking money, my house, my car, everything. Like,
then you get married and you can't drink at your wedding. No champagne or anything.
Or the bachelor parties. The bachelor parties. You can't go out. You can't go out. You can't go do anything. Like.
But yeah, and overall, like I'd say a pretty great living in Scotland. Like, obviously it has its downsides, but it's a pretty like I don't find it stressful in any way.
I don't think it's stressful in any way. We don't have to worry about getting shot.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like people are nice. If you fall in hard times, you can go get like benefits and stuff. Oh, right, man, like the government like helped you buy a house and things like that as well. So you get like, I bought my house recently. I bought my house like last year. Saved up, and the government gave me like 20 grand towards it, which is pretty good. It brought my fucking mortgage payment down and stuff, so that's pretty awesome.
That's fucking sweet. Like like I mean, like I said, Cranium is from 5 different states in Europe, and like 2 of them were from Finland, and they were like, it's pretty much the same thing there. It's just fuck, what was I trying to say? And they were like, Mikkel was real cool. Jack is like the nicest dude I've ever met.
Alright, they're all good, man. They're all good. I know Jason from Cranium pretty well. He's from England. He was in another band called Necrosis, and we did a bunch of gigs with him.
What was it? Crosis?
And Necrosis from England. That was like Jason's old band.
Why do I not know them? I know.
I don't think they didn't play the US or anything. I don't think, but
no. But
when they stopped, he joined Cranium.
I listen to a lot of music from overseas, like a lot of metal, particularly. Pighead's a good one. They're from, I think, Germany.
Oh yeah, I know that guy. I know those guys are cool. They've got an old Defeated Sanity vocalist now.
What happened?
They've got a new vocalist. There's the guy that used to be in Defeated Sanity, so that's gonna be awesome.
Oh, what happened to what's his name? Fuck, I'm trying to think. Phil. I think his name's Phil. He was okay. So he did. It was a dude that did a tour or like did a show with Cranium in Saudi Arabia. I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I think it was Phil or something. That's what I remember them saying. It could be something different, but that's what I heard. But he was a pretty gnarly vocalist. Like, I mean, as far as European death metal goes, he was.
Yeah, Cranium have always had good vocalists, man. So.
One thing I like about Party Cannon is they're like, we're doing slam, but we're putting highs in it. Like, just out of nowhere, and I'm just like, dude.
What? Yeah. I think it's more interesting to have, like I love bands that just do all the stuff. I think it's more interesting if you have a bunch of different types of stuff. Because, like, we like slam and bro death metal, but when we start a band with, like, grindcore and, like, kind of old Texas death metal as well, like, Viral Load and things like that, and that all had high vocals. Fucking, yeah. So it kind of makes sense. Like, our singer, he's really into gore grind, and that has loads of different types of vocals. So it just kind of makes sense. It makes it a bit more interesting as well. Like when you listen to like Dying Fetus or Carcass or something, and you've got the 2 vocalists going on. Yeah, like that, it's cool. Kind of like double up and things. It's just us, just our sound, really.
I like that though. That's the thing. It makes it different, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like there's like 5 vocalists or something.
Yeah, and then like, I love slam, but one slam band that fucking I don't even know how to explain it. Vulvectomy, I think is yeah.
Oh yeah, Mario's band, really. Vulvectomy.
I love Vulvectomy, dude. But yeah, like the constant.
They got Bad Gear. They're listening to a new album.
They have a new album out?
It's coming out. It's recording right now, I think.
I didn't even know they were making a new album.
Yeah, got Bad Gear, man. I mean, they're like a two-piece band or something, but they got back together.
They salvaged their friendship.
Stuff, but...
They salvaged their friendship from like what 8 years ago. Like, I love Vulvectomy. They're, they're up there in the list with slam bands that I like a lot. I listen to Party Cannon too. What was it? I think it's called. Of course, I listen to Party Cannon, or else you wouldn't be on here. What was it? What's the song name? Duct Tape to a Flagpole. I think that's what like gets me moving. Like,
yeah, good one, man. Fucking 10-year-old song now. That's fucking long ago I wrote that.
The reason you're
still fucking play it.
The reason you're single, I think, is one that fucking gets me fucking like. I don't know, just your guys' song names. Like, I was sitting there looking last night, and then you had one from 2013, and then you had a sequel. I forget what was it called. I think it's like The Death of Me or something. And then you had a sequel to it in 2017. Like,
everyone was still dead to me. Good. It's like a re-recording of that song, but we kind of changed it as well. Because then fuck it. We just make the song title a little bit different.
Just put one word in the song title.
I thought it was a good idea. Everyone's still dead to me. Yeah, no, man, that whole thing just kind of comes from, like yourself, with a lot of like punk music and stuff growing up as well. So that's always been kind of tongue in cheek, I know, a bit self-aware.
Yeah.
So it's like serious music, but the lyrics is aware of how goofy it is. It's aware of how kind of extreme it is. Like really, Glencore bands back in the day, like Napkin and Gentlemen. All of their songs are like drinking, and all of their song titles are about drinking. And that's what we liked. So, yeah, it just kind of made sense. Bands like Weekend Naturals as well. It's a self-awareness. It's serious music, still a bit goofy. There's a band back in the day we really, really liked from Perth in Scotland called Howard Shipman, and all their song titles were the same. It was like, they had a song called Cats Are Cute, but People Disgust Me. Or they had a song called Barry D, which is about a guy in Perth who's just a total steroid addict. So like, oh, that's cool, that's fun. I like gory death metal stuff, but that kind of makes me laugh, and the music's really good, and it's kind of a bit more memorable. Let's kind of go down that route. So I was like, yo, I'll just write songs about Spider-Man and pizza and things. It's a bit more fun than fucking songs about stabbing women.
Yeah, I mean, Slam gets a lot of hate. Like, I'm like, I see why. But you gotta understand, Slam and death metal have been around longer than deathcore. And, like, I mean, deathcore and the subgenres of deathcore drifted off of slam. Like, if you really, if you really think about it, like, slam has been around for a long time.
Yeah, like 1991 was like the first kind of true slam appearance. If that makes sense. When Suffocation, Pure Life, June Forgotten. That's always my go-to point. I think when people are like, "Oh, slam's like do things," I don't know. To me, that's like the defining song where slam became like a thing. It was like a brutal death metal song with a big breakdown in it. That was like a focal point, and to me, that's what slam is.
Yeah, and slam is just kind of a unique genre. Like, yes, it's in some cases it's very slow pace, and but it's heavy as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And then you got bands like Dying Fetus, right? Who take the heaviness of slam, they're brutal death metal, who take the heaviness of slam and speed it up, and you're like, what the fuck is happening right now? And you're
like, Dying Fetus are like the fucking gateway band for me and that kind of thing. Because it was like really technical, it was fucking all over the place, but still just had lots of breakdowns and stuff. Man, I used to play like a band that sounded like Black Dahlia Murder and At the Gates and things, and I was like, that's cool. It's a thing at the time. But when I had Dying Fetus, like, right, I want to do stuff like this. It's so obnoxious. It's just fucking... It's just over the top. I want to make music like this now. I've had a phase. I feel like I've kind of grown up. It's like, cool, guitar solos and fucking harmonies and stuff were cool for a while, but I just want to make fucking pig squealy noise now.
What was it? Shit, did you know that John Gallagher from Dying Fetus has a hip-hop death metal group?
I think so, man. And I think I know some people in it.
It's called, like, Knuckle Deep or something like that?
I think of something else. It's top secret, though. I had a mate who's like friends with Dying Fetus, and he used to get him to rap on his like tracks and stuff. It's fucking awesome.
I need to hear this, bro. Is there?
It's top secret. It's never going to be released.
It's top secret. Oh man, bro. Listen, I think we're friends now. You need to get your hands on one of them tracks and send it to me because I need to hear this.
That's pretty awesome, man.
What was it? We have a hip hop hardcore group over here. They're from New York. They're called E-Town Concrete.
Oh, they're fucking awesome. That's a great band.
I love E-Town Concrete.
Yeah, that's like a fucking amazing band. That's like, yeah, I get what you mean by it being kind of hip hop and stuff. That's fucking, that's like a classic OG band, man. Like they posted a set from This Is Hardcore not too long ago, and it's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
it's like fucking insane, man.
The This Is Hardcore over here is just crazy in itself. Like if you watch like Knocked Loose sets, or like Jesus Piece even.
Yeah, I saw a clip with Jesus Piece playing. I think there's something like Oppressor, and fuck, man, like it was scary. I was like, fuck, people are gonna get so hurt, because it was nuts. People were just going fucking everywhere.
What was that one band? I'm trying to think. Slam Coke. Does anybody remember when Slam Coke was a thing?
Yeah, it was like Don and Marco, Lord Marco and stuff.
People are like, you know who Slam Coke is? I'm like, yeah, I know who Slam Coke is, dude. They're fucking dope. Like, if you sit down and you listen to them, like, their shirts were cool. Like, we had a big devastation in the U.S. for the beatdown deathcore community, which is, like, separate from... It's beatdown and deathcore combined into one. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in the UK as well, man. Like, that's kind of its own separate thing, but... Yeah, it's cool, man. Like people go to gigs and stuff, and it's get fucking wild. But yeah, that's like a thing in the UK. People are really into it.
Strangled broke up yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, they're doing their last show July 10th. So
they were just getting really popular as well.
Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. I don't know the vocalist's name. I've heard it was Steve or some shit, so that's just what I go by. If he's watching this, I'm sorry if I like mispronounce your name or if that's not your name. But he has a new project that he's already working on. I guess Strangled just didn't work out. I guess from what I know, people weren't getting along or anything. So
happens, man. I've been in a few bands like that, so I've had a few members in this band like that. So.
But it's like
it fucking happens.
The dude was a monster.
Oh, yeah, and they're a great band. They're fucking really aggressive.
Yeah, for sure. I've never got to see them live. And, like, I'm just like, do I go to Chicago July 10th to see fucking Strangled?
Fucking do it, man.
It's 7 hours away. It's
do it. You're 18, you're an adult now, you can fucking do
it. Yeah, that's about the only thing I can do. Fuck, they probably wouldn't even let me in.
That's a good point. Some of your venues are 21 plus, right?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. They say that, and then they put an X on your hand so you don't get to drink.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that happen. That's not so bad.
But the U.S. is requiring, and people don't fuck with it, but I fuck with it, actually. You have to show your vaccine card at the door.
Oh, you get a card? Yeah, an actual card.
Yeah.
I think in the UK, right, gigs aren't really happening at the moment. They just kind of started up with social distancing gigs here. But I think the way it works is you have to show you have to show a lateral flow test that you're clear from COVID within the past 48 hours. Which is kind of fair enough.
Well, yeah, that's
still they wear masks and stuff, but
I mean, hey, it's a step in the right direction for you guys. I mean, if you really think about, like, we have full-blown festivals announced already.
That's fucking insane, man. I hope it happens. I hope it happens like safely and stuff. All I want is like live music to come back, but yeah, as long as it's safe and people like don't get ill and stuff, then yeah, it's all good.
Oh yeah. So the thing is Florida did this thing. One promoter in Florida did a thing. If you're vaccinated, tickets were $18. If you're not vaccinated, tickets were $1,000.
Holy shit!
And it was to a bar show.
Fuck, man,
I'm like,
that's insane. That's pretty mad.
what? Like, they just lifted mask mandates in the part of the U.S. that I'm in. Fuck,
Okay.
Texas never had any, neither did Florida. Because, like I said, they're their own little country. So it's like, they do what they want. And, I'm relieved that I don't have to wear a mask anymore. Not that I had a problem with it. It's just, I feel like, a lot of weight has lifted off my shoulders
You
now.
feel like some progress, right? There's still mask mandates all over the UK, man. If you go to a shop or a bar or anything like that, you still need to wear a mask. Unless you're like a table or two, but it's just still the same mask law as always. It's meant to lift. All restrictions are meant to lift and start July. So we'll see what happens.
The thing is you guys keep your word, though. I mean, you guys have been.
I'm not sure about that, man.
I mean, you guys have been taking this pandemic pretty serious. Like, from what I know, I mean, there's
Yep.
Wuhan's been post-pandemic for the past fucking year.
So I will put it this way: Glasgow in Scotland has been in lockdown for nearly a year now. It's pretty mad. It keeps getting like moved back. People keep fucking shit up. Basically the way UK works is Scotland has its own first minister, but it's actually England that kind of run everything. There's the prime minister in England, and he keeps like saying one thing, but a few weeks later, like actually that's not happening anymore. So more months of lockdown. And he's like, oh, we'll vaccinate all these people, and then they just don't get vaccinated. He's like, oh, we're gonna roll this out. Like, nope, that's not working. Like, oh, we said we have all of these vaccines, but we don't. So maybe on the outset, it looks like the UK is taking it pretty seriously, but they fucked it up really bad. Like, I can't believe like a first world country like the UK is still in this level of lockdown over a year later. Like, I'm not like a COVID denier or anything. I just remember when COVID first happened, I went, oh, it'll be fine. Like, the UK's equipped to deal with things like this, right? Here I am a year later, still stuck in my house. Like, I've not left Scotland in over a fucking year. Like, I can't believe it went like this. Like, it's insane. Like,
see, people over here, like, people think COVID's like a hoax or whatever.
That's insane. Like,
and I'm just like,
it's clearly real. Like, people are getting it.
I mean, the U.S. has over. The U.S. has over what 500,000 deaths, and you people still think this shit's fake. Like, we did not take it serious at all. Like, our doctor or whatever the fuck he is, I don't even know what the fuck he is, but he's like, if you stay in that, this was in April, you stay in the house for 3 weeks, the virus will eradicate itself. What happened? People did not listen, and they just...
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's really hard to pinpoint. It's like the problem is, because in the UK, they kept saying 2 weeks to flatten the curve, and that 2 weeks has now turned into an entire year to flatten the curve. But fucking man, it seems to be getting better though. I believe it's getting better. I had my first vaccine shot like the other week, so fingers crossed I can fucking play some gigs soon. I'm meant to go on tour again next month. I'm meant to be going back to Europe in October. Let's hope. I'm meant to be going back to America next year. Let's hope it fucking happens. We got our album recorded, like our new album recorded at the start of the year. Let's hope that actually comes out. Let's hope it just fucking all happens. I want people to be safe, but I also want my life to go back to normal a bit.
Yeah, and the thing is I know this is gonna sound self-conceited or whatever, but we're at the point now where, like, yeah, update on it every once in a while, but it's like that's all they fucking talk about now. Like, dude, I get it. The beginning of the pandemic, you kind of need to talk about it, but people are getting vaccinated now. The world is getting vaccinated now. There's people that are definitely not gonna fucking get it because they don't understand science, because science is cool, I guess. I don't know. But if they just stopped talking about it, people's lives would go back to normal. Like, I get it. Like, it's a serious thing, but like we're at the point now where update on it every like couple weeks or something.
Yeah, totally. I get you, man. I get you. It's like a part of it is just kind of cultural fear in a way. So it is like a serious thing, but if you just keep pushing out like bad numbers and stuff and just telling them, oh, this is bad, reporting this is bad, people are gonna kind of think about that. And
Which shot did you get, by the way? Did you get Moderna?
I got Pfizer.
I
think
got
that's
I got Moderna. This was during
the,
your season 1, episode 1 of the King's Den. Season 2, episode 1 of the King's Den. So this was last season. It was the day after I got my Moderna shot, right? We're doing a fucking hardcore band, and I'm sitting there dying. Like, just like...
Did you have side effects? Like,
And I see people say that it's like destroying your immune system or whatever, and I'm like,
no, that's not how that works.
no, it's your body's building immunity to it.
Yeah. Fun fact, right? I used to be a microbiologist.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a degree in biology. That's what I did before. I don't do that anymore. I got like a different job. But yeah, so
I work at Walmart.
kind of know what I'm talking about when it comes to like vaccinations and immune system and stuff.
I work at Walmart.
Oh, nice, man. But when I was 18, I worked in a cinema, like a fucking movie theater.
Dude, that's awesome. I'm the entertain. You know that, I don't know if you guys have one, but over here we have an entertainment section in Walmart. Like where they sell like video games and like games.
Yeah,
I work in that section.
Alright. Yeah. No, our supermarkets aren't quite like that. It's just kind of like free for all, really. They just have like one aisle is like video games and one aisle is like fucking groceries and shit like that. It's not like an actual dedicated center where like, people can float around and talk to you. I'm sure there's some places like that, but the ones near me, it's just kind of you help yourself and you take it to the front desk.
But yeah, I mean, you're a microbiologist, so you know the most about this shit, dude. That's fucking cool. I didn't know that.
I probably did it at one point. I've not been a microbiologist for a while. Like I work in the government now. I do like fucking like paperwork.
You do paperwork?
So I'm not that guy anymore.
I'm in a slam band and I do paperwork.
Yes. Just before people start messaging me, being like, "Hey man, can you answer all these science questions for me?" Not anymore.
Not
Part
anymore.
of my brain is gone.
I work for the
I'm
government.
just too smart. I'm not anymore.
And I'm in a slam band. This guy's like living the dream. Like on some real shit. Do you catch up with video games at all? Like, do you video game or anything, or do you just?
To a point, man. I only really play Nintendo games. Like, I have a Switch. I'm not like a hardcore gamer. When I was like younger, I used to like play fucking loads of them, but yeah, it's mostly just Nintendo games now. It's kind of like casual and kind of easy to get into. So I'm playing like fucking Mario. Fucking.
Do you see the Nintendo E3?
Oh man, it looks so good.
Metroid.
Yeah, Metroid Dread, finally. That's gonna be amazing.
I ended up getting my hands on a Series X.
Oh, nice. Is it good?
Yeah.
I've not played one yet.
So I'm sitting here fucking like looking at what Xbox games are coming out to make sure that my fucking $600 console was worth it.
So man, it's insane. That's the thing about video games and stuff now. Like, they're so expensive, and they never work. Like, if you buy a game for the Xbox, it's like not finished. You have to like wait for all the patches and stuff.
Like Cyberpunk?
Yeah, see stuff like that. And, like, I just can't get on board with that, man. Like, I know if I buy a Nintendo game, it's probably not going to be amazing, but it's probably going to work, and it's probably not going to take over my life. I play Pokemon Snap for like 20 minutes a day, and kind of get out of the system. Play Smash Bros. For a little bit, and it'll be all good.
I like the Switch. It's a very unique console. Like, you can hook it up to your TV, or you can.
Yeah, it's just pretty casual. Like, it's like if you're like hardcore into gaming, I'd probably like an Xbox or something. But
I have a PC too, so that's where.
Yeah, I just got a computer and PC as well. Like, yeah, up until January, I was running Windows XP on like a 10-year-old computer.
What?
Yeah, seriously, man. Like, I'm not that tech savvy. So I finally got a new computer. I got one like Windows 10 and stuff. Got a fucking
Windows 11 just got fucking announced at E3.
You know, man. As soon as I got my computer, fucking, of course, it's gonna announce Windows 11. But I've got fucking home recording gear now. I can actually play games. I got Steam, so I've been playing Planet Zoo for fucking ages. That's always good.
I play a lot of Call of Duty. I live stream video games too. So
yeah, that's true, man. That's what guys. Switch is good for that, man.
My buddy, I'm affiliated on Twitch, which means I have a contract with Twitch.
I don't mind. So you get money from that, like revenue or whatever.
Yeah, I should get revenue, but I have to have over $100 to get revenue.
I get you, man. My mate Josh in England, Joshua, he does that as well. I think he's called like Bro Def Gamer.
and he signed through Facebook Gaming, and I'm like, what the fuck is Facebook Gaming? Like, I've never heard of this or anything.
I fuck was it not? Like, there's not like a YouTuber. It's like Disguised Toast or something. He's got like a Facebook Gaming like exclusive contract, and he's fucking like a millionaire or something.
Yeah, I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, I've never seen Facebook Gaming either, man. Must be like a upcoming thing.
It must be very new, yeah. But I guarantee the difference between Facebook Gaming and Twitch is on Facebook you have to be careful what you say. Versus Twitch, I mean, you have TOS, like, you know, you can't say certain things on any platform.
Yeah, totally.
But it's like, I think Twitch is more free. And by the way, I played a Party Cannon song before you came on. I'm not going to get copyright strike for that, am I?
Oh, I don't know, man. Don't know. Nah, it was fine. It was fine. Orchid Music might send you a message or something like that, but nah, I think it'd be good. Like, usually people like mess with me and kind of play your song on my fucking radio station. Like, yeah, sure. I'm not going to do anything about it anyway.
I mean, if you think about it, it is fucking publicity. Like, I don't understand. Like, I get copyright's a thing. But, like, it's free publicity. Like, how do
yeah, I don't think you're, the way I see it, you're not stopping me getting any kind of revenue by doing it. And you're not, like, gaining money by doing it. It's not like you're selling, like, my song to someone else and making money off it. And it's not like you're stopping me getting money from, like, selling CDs. It's not like people are going to log into your channel and not buy a CD off me because you played the song. Maybe anybody, but I don't think that's really the case.
I don't think that's the case either.
Yeah. So I'm happy for you to play my songs. So.
Oh shit! So I got a couple follows I didn't notice over here. We got Airy Scorpion, thanks, and Meg, thanks for the follow. I didn't even know you guys followed me. Like, I didn't even pop up on my. Normally it pops up on my stream. I haven't streamed in over fucking 3 months. Normally I have a co-host, but he's in college, and he's busy today, or else he would have been
being responsible.
Huh?
Away being responsible.
Yeah. I mean, I think of life as this. You know, I don't like to think about death, but at some point, it's going to come. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be 10 years from now. I could die when I'm 106. I like to have fun. Like, as much fun as I can. Like, that is...
That's one day you'll be too old and too dead to do stuff. So you might as well fucking do it now.
Might as well just wear the body out now. I was a boxer for a long time. From the time I was like 9 up until the pandemic hit. So, you know, my body's already hurting.
So you do, man. Keep yourself fit and healthy, so it means you can have more fun.
I am definitely not fit and healthy after COVID. I will tell you that right now.
No, I think like gyms only, like the gym just reopened where I live, like maybe like a month or so ago, like just over a month.
They've been open for like the past year over here. Like,
oh really, man? It was shut here for at least like a few months, man. Like over 8 weeks, more than that, man. And it sucked because I was going to the gym like every day. Then fucking COVID hit, so just lying in my bed, like not getting up to like fucking 9:30. But ever since it's come back, gym every morning, 6 a.m. Fucking making the most of it. I'm not going to take it for granted again. I'm not going to take anything for granted again.
That was like the thing I think is crazy is when it's 6 a.m. for you, it's 1 in the morning for me.
Yeah, it's like fucking 5:30 now or something.
So
like
when
6 p.m. here.
So when I texted you this morning, it was like 6 o'clock this morning. I hadn't gone to sleep yet.
Oh fuck's sake, man.
I have real bad insomnia, so I don't normally sleep. But I was not gonna reschedule again just because I was fucking tired.
That's the spirit, man. Don't let sleep keep you down.
I don't like the thing is I work at 2 in the afternoon and I don't get off until 11. So like the 11 to like 5 in the morning is kind of like my day.
Yeah, I get you, man. Like I used to work shifts as well, and it's like fuck. If I work like fucking till 11 p.m., then like I've just kind of lost the whole day. If I go to bed now, I've had no time for myself, so I might as well just stay up, fucking just do things myself.
It's cool working in the afternoon because sometimes I'll wake up till like 12, when I go to bed, and then I get up, get ready, go to work, come home, fucking play video games with the boys, then I go to bed. And that's pretty much it. I'm off every Monday though, because I go to therapy. I'm a very big mental health advocate.
That's good. That's good.
I say this. I say this every time. Well, I've said this every time I've done a podcast. Like, if you guys ever need someone to talk to, by all means, my social medias are in my bio. Do not hesitate. Like, I get it. Being alone sucks, especially the past year. Like, being inside walls for as long as I was, because I have real bad anxiety, and I'm a real big hypochondriac. So,
worst situation then.
So when I went outside to go to the store or something, I was freaking out the whole time. Like, I went into a store and my mind instantly went, "You're gonna die today."
Yeah, so I'm sure that's the case for a lot of people as well, man. But it sucks. Shit thing that happened, but good thing about, I guess one of the good things about the pandemic is more people got into things like Zoom and Twitch streaming, or Discord, things like that. Yeah. So it kind of gave some people a kind of controlled outlet to kind of socialize. So they're kind of socializing on their terms as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a good way to ease yourself out of anxiety or hypochondria or something like that. I can get a window of the world and step by step reintegrate when things open. So it's not just a total 0 to 100 shock each time.
See, my thing is I feel like, because my first show back is going to be in August. I was supposed to go to one in June, but I couldn't make it. And it's Kubla Khan, the band I Am. I don't know if you've heard of I Am before. In Chamber. And they're coming to Pittsburgh. That's going to be my first show back.
Yeah, people are going to get hurt with that. That's going to be fucking nonsense.
And then October, my second show back is Slipknot.
Nah, that'd be good.
I think they should progress with the shows, though. Progressively go from smaller venues to bigger ones. Yeah. And I feel like as they go, the bigger ones should have, I don't want to say restrictions, you should be able to mosh and shit. I have no problem with moshing or anything like that. But I think that there should be, I don't want to say a limit, but I also don't want to say, you should have to have a vaccine passport to get in. But I think that they should take those shows more serious and say smaller ones.
Oh, yeah, because, more people, also more chances of getting infected, right?
Stadiums. Stadium shows are going to be, those are fucking packed shows. I don't personally like stadium shows, but if it's
same. But also, stadiums will have, the budget to make things more COVID safe as well. Oh, I kind of hope so. They could probably set up, sanitizing stations, things like that. They'd probably have better ventilation. They'd have more staff on hand to make sure things are kind of
and the thing that I think safely. Here's why I think they're letting it happen. It's outside. And they said that COVID outside, you don't have to wear a mask if you're outside. It's a win-win for me. Now, when COVID first started, I was 17 years old.
Man, it sucks.
I spent my 18th birthday in fucking quarantine.
God, man.
It was horrible.
Fuck, man. I'm 29 now, so a lot of my friends turned 30 during fucking quarantine as well. So turning 30 is depressing. Turning 30 in quarantine is double depressing, man.
Listen, I think of it like this. I want to hit those milestones because I think those milestones are important. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Who the fuck knows what we'll see in medicine in the next 5 to 10 years? You have no clue.
Yeah, fucking anything happen now.
So people are going to be, I guarantee within the next 5, 10, 15 years, people are going to be living to be over 100.
Oh, yeah, easily.
It's going to be more common.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. People are getting older and older as well. My grandparents all lived till in the 90s and stuff. And they're from fucking World War II times as well. So straight away, that's people getting older.
That's awesome. I'm sorry for your guys' events of Prince Philip. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Oh, I don't give a shit, man. People in Scotland don't like the royal family.
Didn't he win the gulag and come back? That's what I
could tell you, man. I can tell you everything. In Scotland, the royal family is not a popular thing. People don't really like that.
Oh, I didn't know. Like,
Yeah,
that's
no,
why I
it's
said
like,
that. No, I was making a joke about it because they were like, dude, this guy's immortal. Like, they were making playlists that
yeah,
would fucking kill the dude with, like, the heaviest fucking music on it.
oh, man. I know there's a follow-up meme of him where there's a picture of him. He's like, "What's the matter, smooth skin? Have you never seen a ghoul before?" Like, but yeah, totally, man. Royal family, not a popular thing in Scotland. Like, as a divisive issue. There's a sect of people in Scotland who all love the Queen and the Union and things like that. But I think the majority of people are not for that. I personally, I don't like the royal family. I don't think in this day and age we really need a monarchy that has that much power.
She doesn't even have that much power, though. That's the thing. She just she just sits in a fucking castle all day.
She has certain powers and certain like she gets like tax money and things like that. It's like, I don't know. I'm not for it. I feel like
You
we
don't
need
want what we have. Keep what you got. You don't want what...
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing.
Or you'll end up with an
like,
orange dude with a piss-colored haircut.
I mean, we kind of already have that.
So you're from Scotland. I'm trying to think who your neighbors are.
So Scotland, like around us, is mostly water. So if you go south, you got England. Then the other side there, you've got Wales. Then if you go over in the water a little bit, you've got Ireland. So Northern Ireland's part of the UK, but Republic of Ireland isn't, as like a kind of split nation. So Republic of Ireland's part of Europe, but Northern Ireland isn't. As a whole thing at the moment. UK's just voted to leave the EU. Well, England voted to leave the EU. Most of Scotland didn't want to do it. But as a kind of combined nation, we can either go with the fucking overall majority rather than the country majority.
Yeah.
So, technically not part of Europe anymore. Geographically, still Europe. Politically, not.
I failed geology. I failed. I did.
I'm not geology, man. It's like definitely failed that.
I don't know. I don't have a high school diploma.
Alright.
Over here, the U.S. school system, I'm gonna be real, is straight shit. Like, I tell everybody that. Like especially my friends from like other countries, they're like, "Oh, I wish I lived in the United States." Like, no, you don't. And
well, going back to the earlier thing, right? Scotland has a lot of kind of rural villages and stuff up north where like people have like villages of like fucking like 500 population. But the way the school system works is, I'm not saying it's amazing, I'm not saying it's perfect in any way, but if you go to like a primary school there, you'll probably get the same level of education as you do if you went to one like in the city. So it's kind of some kind of consistent like quality of education across the board. Because I know some people are teachers in America and they say that it's so underfunded that the teacher has to buy stuff himself to bring in, which I think is kind of mad. But I mean,
it's very
different countries stuff.
It's very underfunded here.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it's properly funded in Scotland, but I'm just saying from my experience.
It's consistent though, and that's
a bit more consistent.
That's the thing. It's fucking consistent, and that's what I think we need here. Now,
Scotland is also like tiny, so small compared to like the US, so there's that to take into consideration.
Here, so pretty much is, and this is all over the US. I don't care where you're at. It depends on your last name. It depends on your money, how much money you have. It depends on a lot of things over here. So if you go to public school, you're pretty much fucked.
Oh, really?
Like, I wouldn't say, like, completely fucked. Like, there's kids that are just simply smart. And then there's kids that you need to take time to, like, sit down and have, like, a conversation with. Like, I had one teacher. I dropped out when I was 16. I had one teacher throughout the whole time I was in school sit down and actually fucking help me with shit. Like, and because I have real bad ADHD, so like I'll sit there and I'll drift off and like look into the corner and shit like that. So they were like, "Oh well, this kid's not worth our time," pretty much. So I failed pretty much every class. For the first couple, we have 9 weeks or whatever. There's 4 9 weeks in a school year. I know your guys is a little different.
Yeah, I think it's like 12 weeks and like a break. We got like 6 weeks off in the summer, something like that. It's been a long time since I was in school, so I'm probably wrong about that.
Absolutely. Like, I know we have 3 months off for summer, and then we go to school for 9 out of the year.
Yeah, I think we're a little bit different. I think it's kind of
I think your guys is like you go to school for a couple months, then you get like a month off. I could also
yeah,
be wrong
yeah,
because I don't live over that way, so I
yeah.
have.
So you get like 2 week holidays throughout the year, but in the summer you get 6 weeks off. Then you kind of get like kind of consistent holidays at put. So you get like yeah, so like June, July you get like 6 weeks off. Then like October you get 2 weeks off, and then over Christmas you get 2 weeks off. I think that's kind of works. Then
We
you get
don't
kind of
we don't get anything off in October, but we do get like 2-3 weeks off in um, December over this way, and then we
yeah,
have 3 months off for the summer.
usually exams happen during summer and in December. So I think October is maybe a kind of study leave or kind of reading week type thing.
I like that though.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It works. So.
I like that though. We have homeschooling over here. I don't know if you guys have it over there. You
Do you mean like
you sit at home and you learn.
your parents teach you?
Your parents can teach you, or you sit at a computer and people from like their classroom or like a certain building or even from their own home sit down and teach you.
All right.
So
Yeah,
we had that. We had that even before COVID.
Yeah, we had that as well, but it's kind of unusual to be homeschooled in the UK. Oh, that wouldn't really be that common. Like, yeah, some people can probably find it kind of weird. You get homeschooled. I'm sure it works for some people. I'm sure like better for some people as well. But
It
yeah.
worked. It worked for me. So here's what happened. I was in 8th grade and I was homeschooled till the time I was in 10th. So I passed my 8th and 9th grade year through homeschooling. Like I did really well. Because these guys actually, because I was at home. So like after school they'd like call me and make sure like I had my work done and stuff like that. And then I go back to public school because I want to graduate with my friends. You know, like I want to go to actual graduation and, you know, just crank my last 2 years out, right?
Yeah, man.
The school I was going to was like, you don't have enough credits. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you're a fucking freshman again, which is 9th grade. I know over there it's called 9th year, I think.
In England, I think it is. In Scotland, you do like first year in high school. So yeah, like your primary school, primary 1 to 7. Then you go to high school, and it's like year 1 to 6. But you can leave after 4th year and go to college if you want, or you can stay on the 6th year and kind of get more qualifications that you probably get at college and do other things. I stayed with 6th year. I was like, I don't know what I'm fucking doing in my life, so
I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do with my life. I'm just
fucking like 16. I was like, what the fuck am I meant to do?
So they were like, you're a freshman again, which, as I said before, is 9th grade. I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be a 10th grader.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking mad, man.
They were like, no. I was like, do you not?
Here's my birth certificate, man. Here's all this stuff.
I passed my 9th grade year, as seen on this sheet of paper, and they were like, no, you're still in 9th grade. And then I don't know what my 16-year-old self was thinking. Actually, I don't regret it at all. I was just like, fuck you, and I walked out, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Fuck and, it doesn't really work like that in the UK. It just kind of goes by age. So when you're older, after a year, you just go up to the next grade the next year. You don't really repeat years unless something happens. So, well, by something happened, I mean like something like you miss the year for some reason. Like if you get really like I knew someone repeated 1 or 2 years of high school because they had some kind of medical injury, so they missed like half a year of school. So they did it. Didn't cost them any money or anything like that, but yeah. But even if you fail everything, you probably get moved up to like next year.
That's fucking amazing. Just because, like, you shouldn't be graded on your intelligence. And that's just my opinion. Like, I don't think you should be graded on your intelligence because if you say you get an F on a paper, that's gonna drag kids down, and they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not smart," and then they're just gonna fucking flunk it.
Yeah, no, I think like more needs to be done to kind of see how other people learn, what's useful to them, and things like that. So some people might be good at practical stuff. Some people might be good at kind of written academic stuff. It just really depends on the person, how they learn, and things like that. No one's ever really a dumb person, really. I think
No.
everyone's kind of better at different things. Like I knew people who just really struggled in an academic environment. Then they went and got like trades, became like electricians and stuff like that, and or they went to college and got things explained to them in a different way, and now they're really good at stuff. Now they can really fucking not good at academic things. They just kind of learned it a different way, or they found something that made sense to them, and now they excel at that. But in kind of public school, like I went to, everyone's kind of painted with the same brush. Like listen to the teacher, do this work. I guess it's not really the teacher's fault as well, but because they only have like less than an hour with each kid each day, it's kind of more like, yeah, so I kind of have to teach as many people at once. I can't just sit down with you and like, you learn this way, I'll explain it to you that way. And yes, it's what it is, but people learn in different ways, and that's kind of something things people should focus on, I think.
Uh, I was a troubled kid in school. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna lie. I was getting in trouble a lot. So
Kids now, how it goes.
so I was we were doing these things called state tests, which are like they're kind of garbage. Like I still don't understand them to this day. And we were sitting in class, and I looked out. I dropped my pencil, and the teacher was like, "You're cheating," and I was like, "I dropped my pencil." And she was like, "Don't get mouthy with me." And I was like, "Dude, I
Man,
literally
like,
dropped my pencil. Like, what are you doing?" She's like, "Go down to the dean," which is like the principal, but it's really not. So I'm like, okay, so she wants to treat me like this, the state test, and I ripped it in half and I threw it in the garbage can. It was like the most important test of the fucking year, right?
fuck, man.
And the dean was like, "What'd you do?" I was like, "Oh, let's see, what didn't I do today? Supposedly, let's see, I cheated off somebody even though I dropped my pencil. And on the way out, I proceeded to rip my state I just flat out told him the truth. I was like, just give me my 3-day vacay. Like, that's just it. I thought I was going to get suspended for it. And he was like, "Nah, man. Like, you dropped your pencil." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, I'm looking at the cameras right now. You dropped your pencil. You didn't cheat on anybody."
You have cameras in your school, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
The only place we don't have them is the bathroom.
what the fuck, man? That's,
I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they put them in the fucking bathroom. Like, I'm not even sitting here lying to you. Because
man,
we have a lot of school
I'm
shootings
pretty
over
sure
here.
my school didn't have security cameras.
We have a lot of school shootings over here, though, which is...
I guess that's something, but fuck, just the concept of that just seems fucking insane to me.
It's a crazy world over here. That's for sure. It's a crazy... He's like, "Dude, you didn't even cheat. But, like, I kind of have to give you a punishment for ripping your state test in half."
Yeah, man, I would do it.
They push college a lot over here. I don't know if they do that over there.
Yeah, so in Scotland, things like if you go to university, you get your degree paid for by the government.
That's awesome.
So you get your first 4 years paid for, so you can get a degree in 4 years. But if you do postgraduate, like masters or things like that, you have to pay for it yourself. So a lot of people have degrees here, for better or worse. Some people just kind of do it because they don't really know what to do. I feel like I kind of did that, so I ended up being like a scientist for a little while. I was like, it's not really what I want to be doing. It's not really what I expected to be, but I still went and did it. I still enjoy going to university, and it's a good way for people who aren't from kind of more well backgrounds to go and experience something different and kind of, yeah, just kind of get an education you couldn't probably afford otherwise because it's quite expensive. Because I think it's like $8,000 a year or something like that to fucking get a degree.
That's compared to over here, bro. Like, I'm not trying to sound rude or nothing, but like if you go to college over here, that's chump change compared to the university prices over here. It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like, we have to pay for it. Like, we take... Listen, here's what happens over here, okay? You go to college, and then you're in debt for the rest of your life.
Oh, no, that happens here too, man. People take student loans to kind of... for, like, living expenses rather than actual educational expenses. So if you get... the government will pay for your degree and you don't pay it back. That just comes out of taxes. That's just, like, tax money. But if you take out, like, a student loan to pay for your personal expenses, you pay that back. You pay that back, like, your whole life, pretty much. Because it's a lot of money, and it's like a small percentage of your paycheck kind of goes back to it. So a lot of people get kind of fucked with that.
Yeah, and that's what I don't... I mean, It's not that I don't disagree with college. It's not that I don't agree with college, but I also disagree with it, especially over here, because it is so fucking expensive.
Yeah, it's the kind of way it's sold to you as well. It's like you have to go, you have to do this. It's the only way to kind of get ahead in life. I feel when I was at school, I thought if I didn't go to university, I was a fucking idiot. I thought if I failed to
That's
get
how they
university,
make.
that was like,
That's how they make people feel over here. But here's the
yeah,
thing: me and you were like in two different worlds. Like over here, they're like, "Oh, go to college," and I'm sitting here thinking, like, bro, at this young, dude, I was like, what, 13? They were like, "Oh, well, you guys got to just start deciding on college." I'm like, I'm 13 years old. Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
have one nut hair, bro. Like, what do you, what do you? And
yeah, man,
they pushed it on us so much. But here's the thing: over here, people don't know this. Trade school is free.
Oh, really? Is it free? I didn't know that.
Once you graduate high school, yeah, you just have to show your high school diploma. Now
Oh, man,
it's tax funded, or I think it's state funded. But here's the thing: after 10th grade, you have a choice to go to trade school during your high school year for 2 years. Over here, if you decide to do so, and you can even stay there longer after you graduate. So, say I went in for welding, my 11th and 12th grade year. I graduate from that school rather than my original high school. A lot of my friends went to trade school.
Yeah, that's not bad though. That's not something that's really sold to you over here. It's kind of like you have to do that, or vocational kind of experience as well. That's not really something that they talk about a lot, which is a total legit way to get work. It's probably more effective to get a stable job doing that than going to university.
Yeah.
Because there's people like even like science courses and stuff, man. You can go and get like a vocational qualification in a lab, and they'll show you all the skills and stuff and how to practically carry out stuff, and then you can probably work for a company afterwards and keep going. Whereas some people go to university and you have no work experience, but you have only academic experience. So like, right, you've got a degree, but you don't have any experience. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're gonna hire the guy that's been working.
Like I'm at Walmart, making $11 an hour, which is above minimum wage. There are some places in Walmart that are like 14. There's different departments here, so there's like when it's like $14, $15 an hour, you can work your way up to 19. The thing is I have a pretty bad back for my age, so I can't really lift much. I mean, I can lift things, but like I need help. Pretty much is what I'm saying. So I kind of chose the easiest position because I feel like it'll be easier on my body in the long run because I kind of destroyed it at a young age. Like I said, I boxed for, I can't even tell you.
Yeah, I totally. I don't feel like I did like kickboxing and stuff. Like did that for like fucking 10 years. I played like rugby and stuff in high school, so fucking dodging.
Dude, we don't have rugby.
Not good for your body.
We have rugby over here, but it's like a very uncommon thing, and I wish it was more of a common thing. Rugby, it's not football over here. Over there, my bad. But over there, it's actual football. Over here, it's hand egg. Like that's
yeah,
what...
yeah. Like American football, like it's like an amazing sport. It's like fucking insane, but I don't get why it's called football. Like it's football here, yeah, you fucking kick the ball and stuff. I know there's conversions and stuff and fucking free kicks in American football, but it's just like rugby with like fucking pads and less rules.
Rugby's cool though. I like rugby.
Yeah, it's fun. It was fun.
My school didn't offer it, and I kind of wish it did.
Yeah, I kind of stopped. Like, see, when I took up my instrument, I kind of stopped playing rugby because, like, fuck, I could just break my hand at any moment. Because, like, everyone knew I'd like broken something. They'd like missing teeth and shit like that. Your ears are like swelling up. Fucking, I knew people like knees like blowing out and stuff. Like, fucking teenagers.
You're just
I'm gonna play an instrument. I'm not gonna do this anymore.
You're productively killing each other as a school sport. Like that's just what it is.
It's good, man. It was fucking fun, but yeah, I figured if I want to play an instrument, I don't want to risk like fucking breaking my hand, fucking playing this game. Like, oh, why can't you play a bass anymore? Like, oh, I broke my hand playing a game. Like, oh well.
I broke like
music.
I boxed for so long, my hands are fucked. Like they don't even go. Like when I try to put them out straight, they just spring back to.
Oh really? Yeah.
Like
that's fucking not so good.
I'll have arthritis by the time I'm 25. How much you want to bet?
Oh man, it happens.
I got a tattoo recently. I'm glad this thing's fucking healed now. I hate the healing process of them.
I don't have any tattoos, man, so I can't really relate. But what'd you get?
Got these done.
Oh, all right, cool. Yeah, that's awesome, man. What was that? Is that good?
These are 3 Buddhas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
That's awesome, man. We played Thailand in 2019 and we had a day off, so we went to on the kind of temples and saw different Buddhas. Saw a gigantic leaning Buddha, which is fucking amazing.
I've always wanted to go to like different parts of the world, especially where I originate from, like where my family came from. Like, I don't want to say I'm like 100% Italian, but I'm like 85%.
Italy's cool, man. Like the way Italy works is like there's lots of different kind of smaller states that kind of got joined together. So everywhere we go in Italy is really different. The people are different, the culture's different, like food's different. So it's fun to drive around. You drive around Italy and it'd be amazing. I went to Rome not too long ago and saw like the ruins and things, and that was fucking awesome. Saw the Pope and stuff. Yeah, that's fun. Is it worth visiting? You could get a lot out of Italy, man. There's a lot of cool like seaside towns there as well, with, like villages built along the coast. Plus the food's amazing.
I've always wanted to go to Italy because that's where, well, again, for the people that get salty when you mix Sicilian and Italian up, I don't understand why people get mad at that. They're the same fucking thing. But I've always wanted to go to Italy, and because of my dad and my grandparents, my dad died. I didn't grow up with a dad. I grew up with a single mother. I have dual citizenship.
Oh, really? That's pretty awesome.
So
that's useful as well, man.
Oh, hell yeah. Especially when you're from the United States. It's very useful, yes. Because immigrating from here... See, Canada's our neighbor, right?
Yeah, man.
If I wanted to immigrate from here to Canada, that's like a fuck ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's anywhere, though. So,
well, if you have dual citizenship, you can just move to Europe. You don't have to pay for a visa or anything like that. You can just go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm hoping by the time I'm 25, I'm out of this shithole. Like, I'm not even lying.
We can't do that in the UK anymore. Since we left the EU, we need like permits and stuff now, and you get like a visa to like go to Europe.
Really?
Which is insane because it's like I could get on a flight for 45 minutes and be in fucking Europe. I could drive to Europe in a day. Fucking now there's like loads of borders and stuff. It just didn't really benefit anybody.
One thing Jack from Cranium said, he's like, I don't understand how your country works. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, in 6 hours, you're in a different state. In 6 hours, I think he said Norway? Or is it Finland? Norway or Finland? I don't remember.
They're kind of all over the place now.
Yeah, it takes me 6 hours to get halfway across my state.
Yeah. I remember driving around fucking Texas, like going on tours. Like we drove like 12 hours and we're still in Texas. If you drove 12 hours in any direction in the UK, you'd be in fucking sea, man. You're probably in fucking Italy, actually. So.
Yeah, Texas is a big place, man.
Oh, it's insanely big, man. Intimidatingly large. I describe it.
I didn't know you guys even did a U.S. tour. Like, especially...
Yeah, we've done 2 of them, man. So, first tour we did was like West Coast. That was with epicardiectomy and parasitic ejaculation. We went to like California, Texas, and Portland, places like that. We went to Arizona. That was the hottest place I've ever been in my fucking life. That was insane. Like, I bought like flip-flops.
I would have been pissed at my booking agent for putting me...
I mean, that gig was amazing. Like, that was a really good gig, but I remember getting out the van like, holy shit. How do people live here?
Kubla Khan. Kubla Khan's from Texas.
Yeah.
They're from Texas. Yeah, like, and the lead vocalist lives in Arizona right now.
Still loves being burned, man.
You won't fucking believe the temperatures there at the moment. It's 118 degrees.
I was looking up, so we use Celsius over here. I was like 45 degrees. Like, fuck that, man. That's like, so in Scotland, it got up to like 22 degrees recently, and that's like a really hot day for Scotland.
Bay Area
45 degrees. I'd fucking die.
What the fuck is Bay Area Death Fest?
Yeah, we played that. We played it twice.
Yo, cattle decapitations there.
Yeah, Dying Fetus played one year, like Origin, Psychroptic. Distant Tomb, they're like mates of ours from Australia. That was an amazing fest. That was like the first gig we played in the US. That was like 1,000 people.
Holy shit.
That was amazing. Played it twice. We played 2015 and 2017.
Dude, I can't even. You headline this one. I'm just Googling shit
Uh,
at the
we never
moment.
headlined Bay Area Death Fest. We
Who the fuck?
The first Bay Area Death Fest flyer went really viral though because of our logo. You probably see that pop up.
You headline this one. Where the fuck? I can't click on it. Like, I can't full screen it. Fuck. Slamming West Coast, epicardectomy. Yeah, parasitic party cannon. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time we did. That was awesome. Played quite a few places in Texas as well. What else did we play, man? We played Utah, fucking Salt Lake. That was amazing. That was cool.
Your BuzzFeed, what BuzzFeed did? Did you see this from BuzzFeed?
Man,
This
if you read
death
it,
metal.
I'm interviewed in that article.
Really?
Yeah, if you read through it, they're just talking to me about like, tell me about your fucking logo.
This death metal band has the least death metal logo possible.
Yeah, man, that was like a big thing on Reddit.
It's amazing though, cause like I wouldn't even think of that, and I'm like it just looks fun.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It
It's
just
a
like
stroke of genius. It didn't really mean it to fucking work, but kind of did.
Waking the Cavalier Asia tour with you guys.
Yeah, that was 2019. That was good. Played Japan twice.
Oh shit.
That was like a big goal.
Do you know who Signs of the Swarm is?
Yeah, I know, guys. They're good bands. They're fucking very good.
They're from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're like really taking off. Like they played Asia as well, I think.
Yeah, they did a small tour.
Yeah, Asia's kind of hard to tour because you can't really drive places. You have to fly each day. So we got like 14 flights in a week. That was insane. That was quite a lot of Asia. Like we played China. Like I played Beijing in China, and I was fucking mad. Like just thinking, oh fuck, in China, played death metal, and there's actually people there.
Have you seen what was it? Japanese metalcore or whatever. It's fucking. It's not even metalcore, dude. It's straight deathcore, and nobody
Yeah.
can tell me otherwise. They're like, "Oh, this is metalcore." I'm like, "That's not metalcore."
There's loads of good bands in Japan, though, man. Like loads of good slam bands, like Government and all that. Like
We
the
have,
scene in Japan is good for everything.
we have a band here called Putrid Pile, and I think they're from fucking Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, it's Sean's band. It's a one-man band.
I don't know. Slam from the U.S. just doesn't hit the same from like Slam does from Europe, in my opinion.
There's a lot of good bands there, man. But I think Europe's like the home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You guys get all the credit for it, especially good Slam. What was it? I think it was myocardial infarction. I'm trying to think of where they're from, but
They're from Japan.
that's caveman slam. Like you can't
Yeah,
tell
man.
me it's not. It's just banging on
Yeah.
drums and. I love when
great band.
I love when Slam's like real messy. Like
It's gonna have like a raw nature to it. You get him really produce stuff, but I'm more into like the fucking live sounding stuff.
yeah, me too. Live like I'd rather hear a band live than on record. There's a lot of bands over here that are from here that sound a lot better live than they do on record, and then there's some bands that sound a lot better on record than they do live, and then there's bands that sound the same live and on record. Like you guys have a Shadow of Intent tour coming up in the UK next year with a Virgin's Crown and the Last 10 Seconds of Life.
Yeah,
And I
man.
think there's one more. I saw Shadow of Intent live, and I will tell you, they sound the same live as they do on record.
That's pretty good. That's what you want, like a band that can actually do it live. Like there's also probably more like a deathcore scene stuff because the production on deathcore is quite high. You can't really replicate that live, like with the drum replacements and things like that, and kind of 8 guitar tracks each side things. So when sometimes live is kind of not the same. But I think it sounds better. They're alive.
Like, I saw them on the Melancholy Winter Tour with Signs of the Swarm. You guys get your guys' Melancholy Winter Tour is, in my opinion, better.
It's good, man. I don't know who's playing. Like, who's on the bill?
We'll Google it for you.
Okay.
Because I don't want to mess this up. Because Ben will kick my ass.
Yeah, there's been quite a few good tours announced for the UK. Like, D-Side are coming to the UK as well. With, like, Cataclysm and things like that.
Yeah, your guys' Melancholy Winter Tour is a lot better. You got Last 10 Seconds of Life. I don't know if you know who they are. They're opening.
Yeah, I've heard of. They're listed.
Angel Maker. They're
a good band.
And then Aversion's Crown, and then Shadow of Intent.
Yeah, that'd be good, man.
The one that I had was, I'm trying to remember the bill, because we had Shadow of Intent, In Fury, Signs of the Swarm, and Brand of Sacrifice.
That's pretty good. Pretty chill out.
Yeah, and then Shadow of Intent was supposed to tour with Whitechapel and As I Lay Dying, but that tour got canceled.
Yeah. One of my mates used to play guitar for In Fury. I think when I saw him, he was playing. I was like, In Fury.
In Fury's wild, though.
Yeah.
This tour that Despised Icon did fucking pissed me off. Because it was a North American tour. Oh, it didn't come anywhere near me, but it was Despised Icon, Kubla Khan, Ingested, Shadow of Intent. And then there were like certain dates with I Declare War, I Am, Devourment. Devourment's a...
Yeah, that's like my favorite band.
I love
Devourment and Despised Icon on the bill, that'd be fucking insane.
I love Despised Icon. In my personal opinion, I think Whitechapel sold out, but that's just me. Like, I grew up with...
Yeah, I never really listened to Whitechapel, but I know like the new stuff. It's kind of got like clean singing and things in it. It's not really that thing. I also like Despised Icon are better. Like Despised Icon was kind of like actually brutal death metal and like hardcore kind of put together.
Yeah,
Canadian bands always just really good. So
that was sick. We had a Kubla Khan tour announced over here. Oh, I told you about it.
Yeah.
Hunt the Dinosaur. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yeah. I think it's Bryce. Bryce is the drummer in that band, I think.
No, my buddy Trevor is.
Right.
Bryce Butler is the drummer for pretty much everybody.
Yeah, and he was in Faceless at one point and stuff. Was he not in Hunt the Dinosaur? I guess he was in Hunt the Dinosaur at one point.
Repeat, please. I couldn't hear you.
I thought Bryce was in Hunt the Dinosaur at one point. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think No. I think it's always been Trevor, but don't quote me on that because I can tell you vocalists all day, and I'm not trying to sound rude or be disrespectful to drummers because you guys do a great job. But I could not tell you a fucking drummer to save my life.
Bands usually have like 100 drummers at some point, man. That's like a whole thing in itself. Like we've had like 5 drummers.
Do you guys have a U.S. merch store?
Well, we ship in the US, but if you go to our label, Gorehouse, he has a bunch of stuff on there they can have in the US. But if you buy from us, we ship in the US worldwide as well. So.
Do you guys have like a... Now, you don't have to, because I don't want you to get in trouble, but do you have like a time frame of when your album is gonna...
Well, it's meant to be out like already, but basically, it's all recorded, it's all done. We're just waiting for the artwork to be finished. So hopefully, we'll get some kind of announcement for that in the next, like, hopefully month. It's going to be this year, though. It will be out this year.
I want the Defend Party Slam shirt. Can you guys send me that in a fucking XL? Can you guys...
Yeah, and we got a bunch left. Can do that.
The thing is ordering from Europe is so expensive.
I know, it's a pain in the ass, man. Like, the US went to its own postal zone, so it's kind of fuck prices again. So, everything's like twice the price, which is annoying.
Dude.
Because most of the orders come from the US.
There's a partied in half wall flag. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you can get that from the US though. Fucking man, I'll send you some links in a bit.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at the U.S. store.
Oh, that's good, man.
I was looking at craniums, and craniums was kind of like there's like 4 things on it, and like the only like I like cranium and everything, but we need a bigger merch selection over here, dude.
Yeah, it's sorry, man. I think they'll get. I think like they're pretty up on their merch. They'll probably get like, more in their US store.
Yeah, cause like I don't mind ordering from Europe. It just takes forever for things to get here. Like that's
especially with COVID and stuff at the moment, it's been taking fucking ages.
Like the Slaughter to Prevail release with Baba Yaga. I don't know if you know who Slaughter is, but they had an Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah, it sounds like Slaughter to Prevail, man.
And they had a Gucci hat with their logo on it.
Yeah, it was Rising Merch that did that. I think I got.
It was like $500. Like I'm sorry, but like.
It's insane.
Slaughter sold out
like next level merch.
Slaughter sold out like fucking what 5 years ago. I don't even think that they're worth like. I mean, if you're a big fan, by all means, buy a $500 Gucci hat with their logo on it. Their tracksuit, I'd wear it.
Yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. I know the lady who runs Rising Merch, who does all Slaughter stuff. She's from Russia, as far as I know. So she's super into like tracksuits. She just thinks it's really funny. Dude, see, in Scotland, everybody owns a tracksuit. It's like a fucking.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I don't get it. What is it with Europeans and tracksuits? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. But in Scotland, you're pretty much given a tracksuit at birth. Like everybody has a tracksuit.
You're born with a tracksuit on. It's like surgically attached. I have a tracksuit
on this morning. Like I'm not even joking.
You like?
Right, cool, man. I'm gonna wrap this up. Any last questions you wanna shoot my way?
No, I was actually getting ready to wrap it up.
It's all good, man. Yeah, cheers to having me on. It's been fun.
Oh, yeah.
Albums out, we can do it again.
Oh, yeah. I was just about to say that. Yeah. Well, hopefully next time my co-host will be here. He couldn't make it, and he's still apologizing, and that's fine.
Life there.
I'm a big fan of you guys. I mean,
nice,
I'm not big enough a fan to get your logo tattooed on me, but...
there's a few of those people, though. I mean...
Those people.
Power to them. That's amazing.
Power to them. And that's the thing is I'll support you guys in any way. So whenever your album drops or new merch comes out or anything, send me links. You know, I'll do anything to support. I'll share. If I don't have money, like I'll share things. You know, I'll promote as much as I can. But whenever your album drops, yeah, we'd love to have you back on here. We try to keep it as fun as possible. Like I said in our messages, we try to keep it fun. We don't like to be very serious because there's a lot of serious shit going on in the world right now, and we kind of like to have fun conversations rather than...
Yeah, it's a fine fucking thanks. Next time around, I'll get some other guys, try to get them on. They'll live like an hour away from me, but we'll try to get some sorted.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. That'd be cool. I mean, does he use Discord?
Yeah, we could probably set Discord, man.
We could all do a video chat. Yeah, man. It was nice having you on.
Yeah, cheers to having me, man. It's been great. So, yeah, new album this year, US tour next year. It's fucking gonna happen.
With Tech
Hopefully
Death
COVID
bands.
will go away and I can play gigs again. We can fucking all hang out, meet in person.
Tech Death bands, they're gonna stick out.
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
I'm coming for Party Cannon and then I'm fucking leaving.
I can't wait. It's an